Good evening, people. Or after, I should say afternoon. So, I have had an interesting weekend. It was really busy, but really fun because I went with one of my best friends to Amarillo to stay with her for the weekend, me and my daughter. And we got the girls' picture done. We thought it was going to be like a 1 hour thing. It was 30 minutes. The girls decided 30 minutes was long enough, and they were done. So that was 30 minutes. But we got a lot of pictures done, and I cannot wait to see those pictures because they are going to be so fantastic. But on more of a thing here, I just got done with Facebook Live, and I did two. I did one on my normal page and one on my personal page, and then one on my business page. The long spread that I did on my other page was, and it was weird because it had there was at least 3 deities in the shadow aspect. So, which was I kind of expected that because we are in the retrograde, and it is a time of reflecting. So, it was all about, reflection. Digging deep, forgiving ourselves for the wrongs that we've done to others, forgiving others for doing wrong to us, healing, cleansing, and so to me that was basically saying, okay, here's what's going on in the spectrum. This is the retrograde. This is time for shadow work. This is time to reflect on, certain things in our lives. Why things are not going the way they are. What are we doing wrong? What kind of thinking or mindsets that we're having. Letting go of things that do not serve our higher self anymore. And this is not just things, but this can be people too. And it's going to be habits. And so it's all about decluttering, which is a big thing for me. And then it's about reflection. So but let me know that this week is all going to be about we need to reflect and we need to declutter and we need to heal ourselves and we need to cleanse our space. Remember that, I like how Scott Cunningham said in his book of House Magic, I think it was, and he said that in the medieval times, the home or the hearth, which is the living space, the living room, where everyone congregated, was a sacred space. It was sacred. So, because that is where everyone gathered. So it's important that we keep that sacred to us. And we cleanse our space. And I have a singing bowl now, so I will do that. I do have my new pendulum. I've already worked with it once. So obviously, my Mr. Nigel likes to use that pendulum because I tried to contact my wool, and he wants his own pendulum, but he reassured me that Wolfie Man was still here, and he was good. He's not a wolf, but he's a not a hellhound, but yeah, I guess you could kind of say he was a hellhound. So, but he also said that there is somebody in my friend's house that is carrying attachments that are not of the lighter aspect of things. They're darker and more malicious, and to be very cautious with this person and to being because of those attachments. And so I told her, I said, look, this is what, I talked to one of my guides or my helpers, and he basically said, look, to be careful of this person, because this is what's going on. Oh, look, I just saw an orb. And that's where, because I do not see them going across during the daytime, they're basically busy during the night. But anyways, so that lets me know that was probably Nigel. It is just all about going within this week, because we're still stuck in the retrograde. It's not a Mercury retrograde, but it is a Gemini retrograde, and so we're slowly working ourselves up to, the end, which is on the 22nd, and each aspect has its own things to be aware of, and how it is going to affect us in any way, shape, or form. And sometimes it can be really hard to deal with a retrograde. So we need to really go with the flow with this retrograde and what it's all about. And then on my personal page, I just did the 3-card one. And again, it was about laughter and doing things that make us happy. Self-care was a big part in that. And it's just fun time. But the last card was Umizumi, and she's about laughter. She's about joy. She's about, and the thing with joy and being grateful and seeing the things that we have and being grateful for that is, a big part of how we open up to better things in our life. We still have to do the footwork, and things will still go wrong. But we cannot get stuck in the negative. We have to really let go of that. And, acknowledge it and then let it go. Don't get stuck in it. And my friend Tina, was kind of, in a way, getting stuck in that thinking process. And it wasn't necessarily, in a way, in her mind, that was in the forefront, of running. Because things were not, really going as they planned. But she was thinking more on the lines of, is this right now too much for him? And it was just dealing with matters of the heart. And she's just, and I think in a way that is keeping her from going further. Not only spiritually, but emotionally. She's wanting that deeper connection with the guy that she has now. And at first they did have that, and then certain things, life happens, and dealing with, you know, a roommate that is just a drama, dealing with what's going on with, you know, his soon-to-be ex-wife. Then there's the things with her ex that the kids are not able to see, and it just really hurt, and she's scared. And I wanted to tell her, I said, you know, the retrograde is all about digging deep, dealing with those emotions that we suppress, the fear, letting go of the fear, letting go of the things that do not serve our higher self anymore. But instead, I was like, okay, I'll just listen. But before that, I had done a reading on what was going on in the house. And just certain cards just popped out on me. And then there was one card that I did not pull from the deck. There was a minimum of 6 cards. And I read them as intuitively. So, I mean, not per se as an intuitive reader, tarot reader, but as an intuitive, just a reader myself. And I was like, okay, so this is what I see, what's going on. I said, and she's like, before you get into, you know, the reading, I want to tell you more about what was happening. So she confronted the roommate because this roommate has been spreading rumors about both her and her mate, and she's been suppressing that for quite some time, ever since the beginning of the retrograde. Hi, baby. You're not. Tell you what, you can take that with you, Mo. You can take that with you, but do not put it on the sink, okay? Alright, love you. That's my baby. Anyway, so she's been suppressing all this anger, all this spin up angst, and trying to avoid this person. So when she was explaining to me, I was looking at the Emperor, and I was not reading it on my other book. I was reading it on what my muse said. And to me, that sounded more right. And I was like, okay, so that explains why the Emperor card came up, and it's talking about, you know, dealing with things swiftly, not to put them off any longer. And she goes, yeah. And I said, okay. So your first card is about, and I think it's dealing with these people that are living there. And I said, time is of the essence, time is running out. Their luck is kind of faltering on this aspect. I said, but then your last card on top is the Ten of Cups, which deals with a happy home. And she's like, I was wondering, you know, if he was truly happy. And I said, well, that card right there says, you know, the Ten of Cups come, and that's a happy home. I mean, you can't get any happier than that. Family all gathered in together. There's a rainbow. And the rainbow represents hope. And so, I mean, better things are coming in this aspect. But then you also have I can't remember which one it was. It was, I think it was like the 9 of Wands. And this is a card to me that stands out. This is a person that is ready to defend their family and their beliefs and what they believe in. And so I was like, so this person is ready for action. They're waiting for the next shoe to drop. And they're ready for battle. And then you have the, I think it was like 6 or 7 of Pentacles. And it's a person that is looking at their progress, the fruition of their hard work. You know, so this is a time of looking back into what that person has all done. And she's like, yeah, that makes sense. And then the last one was this 8 of Cups. And this is a card that, to me, I put just the two together. It's about of longing for something more profound, something not just materialistic, but more profound. I said this person is walking away from situations or a person that no longer suits their higher self. And I said this is a card of more of reflection of what habits and what people that this person needs to walk away from. And this could be family members, this could be friends that do not serve their higher self anymore. And but they're more or less wanting more, spiritually and physically. And she's like, that seems about right. Like, yeah. Sorry about that, y'all. But I so wanted to tell her, I said, you just gotta be careful on this retrograde, because everything is still an upward. Until we get past this retrograde, things are going, if you're not listening to your higher self, to your inner deity, you know, things are going to happen. Cancellation is going to happen. This is going to happen. That is going to happen. Keep your emotions in check. Keep, doesn't mean to bottle it up, but find a different way of expressing your truth. Do not bottle it up. And that is what I have told my friend Carrie for so long, is do not keep things bottled up, because that is not healthy physically, emotionally, and mentally. Because the longer you keep it bottled up, the more it's going to escalate. And when you finally do explode, it is going not to be fun. So I'm going to do my friend Carrie reading for her. I think I'll do that tonight when my daughter is asleep, and then I'll just send it to her. Because then that way I can take a picture of the spread I'm doing, and then send her, what this card means, and this and this and this. And I'll probably use my other book for that, because it's better to understand that way. So, and I think I'll do a home one, because she's more or less kind of anchoring trying to figure out what's going on, why that one did cancel it. I know why it canceled. It's because you freaking did it in the retrograde. Don't do things in the retrograde. Then he probably found somebody else that will actually pay, already have the money for it. And time is of the essence for them too, because last Wednesday the realtor came, and so it's up in the air if they're going to sell, the landlord's going to sell the house or not. But it is going to be fun. So I can't wait to get those pictures. I'm going to get off here, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.